Hi, in this video we're going to complete practice problem 2. We're going to clear the screen and draw homework 2 example 1. And what I'm going to do is, I mentioned that we may want to unpin this in a previous video, but I think we want to keep that on. That way that will keep the graphics area the same size, and then it doesn't matter what you're on as far as which tab. We're going to go and we're going to go to wireframe, and we're going to start out. I see that the object is 3 by 2, and I'm going to start out with a rectangle. So I select rectangle, and I'm actually going to drag that over there so it appears there, and I'm going to click the origin. And then I'm going to drag it. Okay, if I wanted to get rectangle, recent views might have popped up, but if I wanted to get the rectangle dialog, it goes here. So we've created it. Now we want to specify the size. So as I mentioned in the drawing, it is 3 by 2. And then I can either hit enter, which applies it, keeps me in the command. And then if I hit Alt F1, F2, Alt F1 centers it or zooms to fit it, and then Alt F2 jumps back a little bit. Now, there's a million and one ways that we could go from here to create this, and there is no perfect way to do it. I kind of leave it up to you how you want to. I like to start with a rectangle. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create the notch. Okay, so to create the notch, I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to draw. I've got really two options. I can draw another rectangle, and I think I'm going to do that. Let's draw another rectangle. Let's try that. Okay, so I hit the rectangle command again. Okay, now this time I'm going to use the relative coordinates because I want to put my rectangle up here. So I'm going to hold down the shift key and click this origin, and that's going to give me the genome and as far as how far I want to offset it. And I want to offset it. I position my mouse over there. I want to offset it a 1/4 inch. I position my mouse there and just type in 0.25. Okay, and hit it 3 times. So now that's the origin of my rectangle, and that rectangle is I can rough it in here, and then I type 0.75 and 0.5. Okay, now something very important is you've got a line on top of a line here, and you need to delete that. The easiest way is just to put a window around it. Oops, you got to escape out of the command. And I can do undo last. Okay, you've got to be out of the command, and then I can put a window around that entity and then hit delete. Okay, because I don't want a double entity there. All right. Now the other thing I need to create is, oh, and then I can trim, right? I want to get rid of this, so I hit trim, and I can hit the divide option and just trim that out, and I'm done with that, and then say okay. Next I want to create this angle up here, and there's several ways I can do it, but I'm going to use the line command, and I'm going to go relative again. So I'm going to hold down the shift key, and I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to hold my mouse, move my mouse on that, and I'm going to type in 1.5, enter. Enter, enter, and I've got a start line, right? And then I'm going to hold down the shift key and pick here, and then I'm going to put my mouse on this, and I'm going to type in minus 0.75. Okay, that puts my line in. All right, then this next line is 1 over, so I'm going to apply that. This next line is 1 over, so I am going to hold down the shift key and click here. Move my mouse there and say -1. There's my next line, And then I want to make it 1.2 up. I'm going to hold down the shift key, pick here, position my mouse here, and type 1.2. Okay, now I'm done with that. So now all I have to do is trim, and I could select two entities. All right. Then the last thing I need to do is to place the circle. You can kind of guess what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab the circle, hold down the shift key. I'm going to pick this position. And since I'm moving two axes, I'm best off just leaving my mouse here, and I'm going to say -1 in the X and 1. And I just pick a position, and that diameter is 1. Okay, and we are done, and we're going to do save as, and I'm going to put it where you want it, and it's going to be, I'm going to name it my initials underscore homework 2 underscore example 1. And I'm going to save. Now to save, well, we've saved the file, but what you're going to submit for your homework is I would like to get screenshots of each of the drawings that you create. Okay. So to get a screenshot, you can use the snipping tool, and your snipping tool is you can get it to from your desktop. You can search snipping tool. I happen to have it pinned to my taskbar, so I just click on snipping tools, and there's a note, and then I just say, oops, didn't want to do that. And then I just say new, and then I can just highlight what I want. Okay, and then you're going to open a Word document, and I'm just going to go to File and New. I'm just going to open a new Word document, and I'm going to do a Control V, and I'm going to paste that in there, and I'm going to label it what it is: homework 2 underscore example 1, and I'm going to save that. Okay, and then this could be all of homework 1 part 1, or whatever it is, homework 2 part 1. Okay, and then after you complete every drawing, you can just add that, and then you can submit this Word document as your homework, and all the drawings from this homework assignment will be contained in one. Okay, because I don't want the Mastercam files. However, you need to save the Mastercam files because we will use those in the future. This concludes this video.